Rafael Nadal comes to mind frequently while discussing contemporary tennis players. How come? Since making his debut, Nadal has been on the tear and has significantly advanced tennis. Despite occasionally experiencing injuries, he still remains a marvel. In addition, he also has a fascinating story. Let's see his story. Rafael Nadal. Spanish tennis player Rafael Nadal Pereira competes professionally. The Association of Tennis Professionals, ATP, has ranked him as the number 14 singles player in the world right now. He has held the top spot in the world rankings for 209 weeks and 5 times at the end of the year. He has 92 ATP singles wins under his belt, including 36 Masters titles, with 63 of those victories coming on clay. Only 2 men, including Nadal, have achieved the career Golden Slams in singles. The longest winning streak in the Open era has been his 81 straight victories on clay. He also holds the record for the most weeks spent in the top 10 of the ATP rankings in a row, 912 weeks, having never dropped out of the top 10 between April 2005 and March 2023. 22 Grand Slam men's singles trophies, including a record 14 French Open crowns, have been shared by Nadal. His childhood. Rafael Nadal Pereira was born on June 3, 1986, to parents Ana Mara Pereira Femenas and Sebastian Nadal Omar in Manacor, Mallorca, in the Balearic Islands, Spain. His father is a successful businessman who owns the restaurant Sa Punta, Vitres Mallorca, and 3 insurance companies. His uncle, Miguel Angel Nadal, is a retired professional footballer who played for RCD Mallorca, FC Barcelona, and the Spanish national team. He grew up idolizing Barcelona striker Ronaldo and, thanks to his uncle, was able to visit Barcelona locker room and take a picture with the Brazilian. In addition to being a promising football player, Nadal won the regional under-12 tennis championship when he was only 8 years old. This forced Tony Nadal to step up his training, and after observing Nadal's then two-handed forehand stroke, his uncle persuaded Nadal to play left-handed so as to have a natural advantage on the tennis court. While playing football as well as tennis at the age of 12, Nadal won the Spanish and European crowns in his age division. So that Nadal's academic performance wouldn't completely degrade, his father made him choose between tennis and football. Nadal said, "I choose tennis. Football had to stop right away." If you were in this situation, then which game would you choose? Let us know in the comment section below. Personal life. He began seeing Maria Francisca Zisca Parello in 2005, and the two remained together over time before being married in October 2019. He also has children. Do you know their names? Comment down below. The Spanish professional tennis player enjoys playing golf and soccer in his own time as well. In addition to his sportsmanship, Nadal is lauded for his charitable activities and support of environmental causes. He established the Fundación Rafael Nadal, his foundation, and the Anantapur Sports Village, a tennis academy for underprivileged children. His career. For Rafael Nadal, 2005 was a breakthrough year. Rafa went on to win multiple championships after becoming the youngest player to advance past the 3rd round of the Miami Masters since Becker. Nadal won 11 singles championships, becoming the youngest male player of the year. He earned the moniker King of Clay since 8 of his victories occurred on clay courts. Additionally, despite his youth, he had no trouble shining on the big stage. In his very first appearance, Nadal defeated a teenage Roger Federer in the semifinals of the French Open at Roland Garros, beginning a legendary rivalry between the two players. Rafa climbed to number 3 in the world as a result. Anyone who believed that that was merely a lucky streak was definitely mistaken. The champion player beat Andre Agassi's previous record of 81 consecutive victories on clay courts in 2007. But in the ATP Masters Series Hamburg Championship match, Federer put an end to that astounding winning streak. But Nadal recovered and won Roland Garros for the 3rd consecutive year. Despite suffering a second Wimbledon defeat against Federer, he finished the year with 6 victories. Nadal made even greater strides in 2008, winning his 4th straight Roland Garros championship by defeating Federer in the French Open final. The adversaries also squared off in the Wimbledon final when Rafa prevailed over the Swiss player to win his 5th Grand Slam singles championship and first victory at the championships. Let's stop there for a second. If you're a Rafael Nadal fan, then do hit that subscribe, like, and bell icons. Career Golden Slam. In 2010, Nadal continued to leave his mark by winning the French Open and claiming his 5th Roland Garros title. Rafa won another Grand Slam title only a short time later. Along with winning the US Open for the first time and his 2nd Wimbledon Championship, Rafael Nadal defeated Novak Djokovic to complete a career Grand Slam and a career Golden Slam, all 4 majors plus an Olympic gold medal. In 2011, Nadal continued to rule the French Open, but Djokovic defeated him in each of his last 3 Grand Slam finals. The Spaniard had to wait until the 2012 Roland Garros to capture another major victory. By overcoming Noel, he went on to amass 7 titles and held the record for the most victories at the French Open. He unfortunately missed the London Olympics due to knee tendinitis that kept him out of the action for several months. He is a warrior. In 2013, Nadal staged an incredible comeback, winning his 8th French Open to further demonstrate his dominance on the clay. Rafa recaptured the top spot in the ATP World Rankings after winning his 2nd US Open match against Djokovic, despite leaving Wimbledon early once more. Even Noel was unable to stop Nadal from capturing his 9th championship in 2014, demonstrating his continued dominance at the French Open. With 14 Grand Slam singles titles, Nadal tied Pete Sampras and is only now 3 behind Federer. However, a series of wounds hampered his development. Nadal struggled to get back on track in 2015 after missing most of the 2014 season. While Rafa failed to advance in the other majors, Djokovic handed Nadal his first French Open loss since 2009, ending his streak of 10 years in a row with at least 1 Grand Slam victory. Despite winning in the Monte Carlo and Barcelona, Nadal had a difficult year in 2016 due to early exits from the Australian Open and at Roland Garros. Grand Slam competitions had a disappointing year, but Nadal was able to win another Olympic gold in Rio. Rafa finally got his comeuppance the following year, when, despite losing to Federer in the Australian Open final, he captured his 10th French Open title to snap a protected Grand Slam drought. After winning his 3rd US Open in 2017, Nadal returned to the top spot in the world. Do you consider him a warrior? Despite being sidelined by injury at the 2018 Australian Open, Nadal recovered quickly in time for the clay court season. Rafa once again reigned supreme at the French Open, winning 400 games on clay in the process. The Spaniard's season could have been even better, but once again, injuries got the best of him. Before winning his 12th Roland Garros championship, Nadal continued to display his spirit of competition by reaching the Australian Open final in the early months of 2019. A few months later, at the US Open, Nadal won his 19th Grand Slam championship. In 2020, he won the French Open an incredible 13 times, tying Federer's record of 20 major titles. That is when Rafael Nadal's brilliance once again was seen by the entire globe. By winning the 2022 Australian Open at age 35, the Spanish legend defied all expectations to become the first person in history to win 21 Grand Slams. In May, Nadal increased the record to 22 by winning on his home court during the French Open. If Nadal's withdrawal from Wimbledon semifinals due to an abdominal injury hadn't occurred, we may be talking about 23 major titles won. In either case, he continues to hold the record for the most men's singles Grand Slam victories in tennis history. So now we know about his life. He is a legend. Which story was motivating for you? Do comment your thoughts down below. Also, to learn more about these athletes, click that subscribe button. Goodbye.